I'm going to replace my old adjustable stem with a new one because this new one can go 180 degrees from 0 to 180. So let's see, and I'm going to put on a new handlebar at some point. Diameter is 25.4mm, a common size. It says here that it can only really go up to 90, so, but physically it can go 180 really, so maybe I'm being stupid, but who cares? And this one's at the top's got a weatherproof thing, that's to stop the rain getting in. So don't lose that. Well, you can, but better if you don't. You can always tape it up or something. So I've just noticed that I'm at 314 grams. It's about 20 grams heavier than that one there. When you do this, the most annoying thing is you might need to do all your cables and housing because you'll need to make them longer. So I'm hoping I don't need to do that. Yeah, because it's a real nuisance, especially the housing. Okay, this is all that keeps your steerer bar and your fork on. I mean, if that bolt came loose, not only would your handlebars come off, your wheel would as well. Keep it on the floor when you're doing it as well. I know it wasn't there, but yeah, I do. So I'm just showing that the stem diameter is 28.6mm. That's a common size, I think. And here I'm showing that bolt's nowhere near long enough. 25.4 for the handlebar, that's 25.4, so that'll fit. These are 4mm screws to get your handlebar on. 5mm bolt in the side there. Only on one side can you screw it up. There it's locked. So it's only on one side, the other side you can't use to screw it up. 5mm for these two at the side. It's common now that they put them on different sides. So here's my problem when I'm thinking about it. I think I'm actually stuck, that's what I'm thinking at the time, because I can't get that out. So I've wasted £13 from AliExpress. And then I look at that, I thought that was a marker, but it's just a scratch. So it doesn't matter. So don't lose that. And then I'm thinking, I can't get this out. What am I going to do? I'll need to add it to my museum of bike parts. Anyway, you can get it from there. So if you don't need to change that bolt, which most people won't, then it'll fit. It's because mine's has got a big extension already on it. There, as you can see. So I'll take the old one off anyway. Give it a go. This is the big part. I've not got it, the wheel on the floor there, but you should, because the wheel can just fall right off. I mean, I've had it high up before and the wheel fell right off in the fork. So I've put on a really long bolt here, a really long extension bolt. As you can see, it's a big difference. So I'm just checking to make sure there's not a gap there or anything. Okay, I'll take the old one off. I'll just leave that handlebar on for now, and I'll leave it down there. It's not great, but it'll do. It fits nicely. 28.6mm diameter, but I'm nowhere near the thread. So this is me thinking again, what am I going to do? Is it going to be in my museum? But then I have a brainwave. If I take this out, I might be able to get to the bolt, and that's exactly correct. If I take this bit out, I can get to the bolt and change them. Yes, victory. There it is, it came out. Don't lose that spring washer. They had good things. It's all happy. There it is. Fits flush. Fantastic. Just put the washer on now, the spring washer. They're great things. Use them on your saddle as well. Everything's fantastic. Alright, it's sticking out a bit now, but it's all good. No, it's not. Because here's me feeling. Because that's sticking, the head sticking out there's sort of blocking the way. So I'll show you, I had about 3 fails. So I'll show you, well, 1 or 2. It's all mucked up. So I'm thinking it's going in the museum again. But then I had a few goes and I started, see it's alright when there's no spring washer. As soon as I put the spring washer in, it doesn't fit. It does fit, it's just it's not flush. It looks as if it's maybe a bit longer, that head, but I don't know. It's flush without the washer. Spring washers are great things. So I'm keeping mine. So I start jiggling it about and stuff. I jiggle the bolt a bit. And finally I managed to get this thing on, so it's, in the end, it's success. I don't know if this is another fail, but yeah, I did manage to get it on. That bit anyway. No, I'm still failing. I am failing. I am failing. But then, finally, happiness. Make sure that gap bit's pointing down, you know, so you can get the Allen key in. It's a happy ending. It's moving and it's alright. I think. Don't know if there's a best way to do this, I'm just doing it anyway, you know. Victory! Victory is ours. Yeah, I tightened it up now. Well, a bit. Just make sure it works first. 5mm. It's all good. I'll just put it like that for just now. Sweet. Sweet bolt of mine. So I'll give it a try. It's nowhere near the thread still. I'll need to take a few spacers out. The black things. The things there. I still need to do a bit of jiggery to get it in the thread, but once I get it in the thread, that's me. I'm away. And remember, that's all that's keeping your handlebar and your fork together. Just that bolt. It's hard to believe, really, isn't it? So, it smiles all round. That would have probably taken about 15 minutes, but it took about an hour, I think, because of the problems. Lots of depression in that. There we go. See, I've got a really long extension there already. That's why I had problems, really. So I got this from AliExpress for about £13. Yeah, I'm just checking there's no gap down there. And it's all on tight. It's the fork, really. Now to put the handlebar on. It's got washers too, not spring ones. There's the old one. I'm going to take the handlebar off that. And that's a 25.4mm handlebar, so I'm alright. It fits perfect. I'll do the other one later, some point. So it's all laughs and smiles now. Make sure you unwind anything so it's as long as it can be. That's if you need it to be long, you know. So at the moment it fits alright. I've not had to do my cables up, but I probably will. I'll need to check them from side to side, you know, to make sure it's long enough. But at face value it looks alright. It's a bit of a... Probably will do them all again. And there's that thing to keep the rain in it. That'll probably fall off. I'm just tightening up. I'll tighten these all better later. This is just for show. I'll check them all. And there we go, I've got my handlebar up high. I mean, the cable, I won't be able to take it much further back with that cable, but I'll see in the future. My previous handlebar was perfect, right enough, so I don't know if I've made a mistake, but we'll see. But yeah, there we go. It's all good. And they all lived happily ever after. As long as it works okay outside, doesn't fall off. Alright guys, cheerio. And here's what I've got left. The old type of top bit and that bolt for my museum. It's all good. Thumbs aloft. Double thumbs. Goodbye.